Well, I'm here in my studio in the boathouse, or at least one of the main little sections of my studio. And this is my little desk here, and I have my digital drawing tablet there. And as you can see, ignore the plastic. I plastic the windows because sometimes I try to stay in here early spring and into late fall, and once it starts to get chilly, these are old windows, so it kind of helps a bit. And I don't bother taking them down in the summer because it normally doesn't matter. But you can see from here, you can see the sea from this bit of the boathouse, and you can also see into our woodlands there. And then I have my little desk here, and for example right here I have this. This is one of my pieces I'm working on, my jelly plates, which I'll be showing how I do that, and just some various tools and more tools of the trade, pens and brushes, and of course I always have to have books in my drawers with some of my paints and some of my inks and things. And then we pan around this way, and then this, again, this is kind of a little bit of a cluttered desk, but it is my working studio. I have bookshelves in here too. You have to excuse the spider webs, but this is just like a little bookshelf in here. I have my little Beatrix Potter salt and pepper that we got back, last year when we went shopping around Easter time, or maybe it was the previous year. But anyways, as I had mentioned, I thought I would grab my camera as I'm working in the studio. And actually what I'm doing in here today is I do my digital drawing on this tablet, and then I take my drawing out and I go through a series of things before I get it onto the jelly plate, which I'll probably share with you. But right now I have quite a few jelly plates, and I forgot about this one. I found it upstairs, which is another part of my studio. I'll share that later. And I had forgotten I had started on here, and the reason I stopped is because I inadvertently grabbed the wrong paint pen, and you can see I started coloring her little face in, and instead of it being gray, it turned out to be silver metallic, so I set it aside. In fact, I can see I got some old brush hairs from my paintbrush. But anyways, I thought in this little studio video, I'm going to just quickly finish this up, put some paint on it, and go ahead and print this, even though I mean, I'm not sure how it's going to work because I think it's been sitting like for 3 or 4 months. Because normally what I do is I take my jelly plates, like, see, these are the little jelly plates, and I store them sealed. I don't let them get all this stuff all over the top of them. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and put some more paint on there and roll some paint and print it out, and we'll see what else we get up to today in the studio. But I thought I'd start sharing more artwork things, so that's what I'm up to now. I'm just come in from a beach walk. Oh, actually, I was just about to say I was going to show you my view again, but I think one of the fishermen is about to head by, which is always fun. I'll be sitting here drawing. It's pretty quiet and private down here, but can you see the fishermen are going by? In the summer, the neighbors will probably go by occasionally more often, but in the off season, it's quite quiet, and even that little boat out there on the mooring will be put away. And then every so often I'll hear the sound of the fishermen going by. However, I don't use this studio in the deep winter, and just because it gets too cold. So, and actually there used to be, I'm not sure if you can see where it's kind of, you can see a little bit of my kayak down there, but where it's kind of grown up there, it actually had a nice little deck and stairs that go down, and they started to fall apart, and we finally just knocked them down this spring, and we're going to be having it rebuilt. Luckily that's been there for a while, so we could just basically get the same shape rebuilt. But that growth there is just from this one season. By the little deck and the stairs being gone, all of that growth that looks like it's been there forever is just from this one season. But that's one of the views of my summer studio here in the boathouse. So I'm going to get back. I'll probably do a little bit of digital drawing, and then I'm going to get to seeing if I can do something with this left out jelly plate, which I'll share with you. And then maybe I'll be sharing some more of the stuff I do with my jelly plate, where I take one of my original drawings that I'll do digitally. Then I use various phases of pencil and pen to get it on the jelly plate, and then that becomes a one-off print, an original print, and that an original print then gets highly scanned, like at a really high res shop that has a scanner, and then that can become a multiple print. I can put it on bags and things like that, and then the original I usually archive or I sell privately, or I may start putting them on my website. So, well, I just wanted to share that moment of this bit of my studio, so I'm going to get to work now. Well, it's actually the next day. It's we actually are supposed to get rain. It's kind of overcast now. But I thought, as I'm sharing a bit of art in this one, so I mentioned how I had left this particular jelly plate in a part of my studio and forgot about it. So it got a little dusty. So what I did is I took some of my baby oil, which is what you use to clean a jelly plate, and as I didn't want to get in between where I put the little bits of grass, because it would erase that, I just kind of cleared out this area, and then I'm hoping this sort of layer of dust and studio grime may just give it. Right now I'm just using a Posca drawing pen because this is paint. You can hear sounds like a spray paint can. Then I'm just going to go in and fill in. So basically when you're working on the jelly plate like this, you're just working in reverse. You consider your first layer down, which in this case is the drawing of the outline of the bunny. She goes in first, and then you just do subsequent layers in paint or paint pans or pastels, things like that, and then you just, if it's a medium that needs to dry, you just let it dry in between. And in this case I might, yeah, I think I'm leaving anything because I'm going to do the overall background color in soft greens. I'm going to leave some spaces like this open where I'm not completely filling it in, and then that bit of green for the final layer will kind of come through. This is not an exact process, but I find I really like, I've always loved printmaking, and this kind of combines my love of, look at the dust on the tip, because as I said, this got set aside in my studio, in the upstairs part of my studio, and I forgot about it till a few days ago. But so luckily with the Posca pens, the luckily with the pens, because they're paint, they dry much faster than a traditional paint seems to. I'm still going to leave that for a few minutes, and then I'll roll in the final one, and hopefully before I get this video up I'll be able to pull the print so you can see what it looks like when I pull it. Sometimes I like to leave it overnight though, so if it doesn't show, if I don't do it in this video, because this will be for Sunday's video, I'll just share it in my next video. But I just wanted to share this is the next layer of what I'm working on, and again I'll show this whole process over again. I thought I'd stop and get some coffee since I'm in the area, and this is a cute cafe. This is close to where the Michaels is that I am heading to, so figure I'll go in here and get some coffee. Gosh, I forgot it's busy morning. There's some really cute things in here as well while we wait for the coffee. Apple pie coffee sounds good, actually. Oh yes, these darling candles. Locally made soy candles, those are really sweet. Oh, look how adorable these handmade beeswax candles. Look at the little sashimis, those little succulents. Those are so adorable. Well, let's take our coffee and head over to Michael's. Well, let's quickly run into Michael's. I just need to grab a few art supplies I need last minute, so whilst here I thought I would have a little quick browse at some of the autumnal things They have plenty of Halloween things out, but I really want to see what fall items I have. But I kind of want to find some autumnal lights, so we'll see what they have. Oh, these are sweet, and I think these things are 50% off as well. I do love all these little miniature things. And look, things are 50% off as it's just September. I love these little trees, this little bistro set. These little creatures, these tiny little moms are adorable. I just like to make little vignettes, dollhouse-sized vignettes, just for fun. But what I really thought I'd look for while I was in here, because I'm getting art supplies, so I thought I might as well look, is I need to get, I'm thinking about getting some lights, some autumn lights, because I'm kind of considering doing an autumnal, almost like a Christmas tree, but one for autumn. And not specifically Halloween either. I want it to be more like something that will take me into Christmas, where I can just, obviously I'll still take it down, but I wanted to find some autumn looking lights. But these are really cute candles. These are cute candles. 24. And these are also 50% off, and look how cute those are. Okay, where would lights be? Oh, here's a bunch of cute stuff. These are kind of adorable. I like these pumpkins. Oh, with the little stick. It's a pretty wreath form as well, because you could, even though it's faux, I could add real beach grass and things, and then I could put this away each season. It's kind of cute. I like these glass beads too. I also like this. This is totally a William Morris. It's so funny how much William Morris is about. Oh, quail print, that's funny. I mean, I'd make my own quail print, but it's still cute. This is actually cute. Has a little side plate for Thanksgiving dinners. Actually, I like these. Obviously, I love anything quail. But it's plastic. I'd rather get something in an antique shop. But I'm really looking for lights, and I guess maybe it's too soon to have, although you'd think they would have autumnal lights, so I'm going to keep looking. Maybe I'll go ask. Look how adorable all these little characters are. Oh, the lights are right here. The only thing is I want lights that plug in. I don't want battery lights. I feel like the batteries never last. Let's see how this looks. Not sure if this will pick up on camera. That's kind of cute. Wouldn't this be adorable? I'm thinking of just making a twig tree. And I thought something like these. I really like this mixed variety here. I guess maybe I'd put up with battery if they were adorable like that. So, okay, well, I'm going to poke around, grab some lights, and then get back so I can get back to the studio. So I've mixed up my paint here. So I did just yellow, green, and white, and I actually had just a tiny bit of blue. And I just use, I like this Amsterdam acrylic. It tends to work very well with the jelly plate. And then I'll just use my roller in here to then cover that up. Let me just get the roller all set up here. Here we go. Now with this layer, you want to work pretty fast because this layer needs to stay wet. So you need to put the paper on it straight away. I'm just using a heavy Bristol paper that's almost like a cardstock. Now normally I would be doing this in the other part of my studio where I have little registration marks to make sure I've lined this up, but as I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out because as I mentioned I'd found it upstairs in the other part of my studio, and so I'm just curious to see what it's like, and I thought it'd be fun to share it with you. So I'll rub this, probably get my brayer and give it a good rubbing over, and then I will put some books on it. And normally I let that sit for 24 hours, but I may try a hairdryer on it to see if I can finish it for this Sunday's video. So let's see how it works out. So here we are, back. I have my books. I've left it for a few hours. I hit it with a hairdryer. Now I'm just going to take my stack of books off. You can see I have the books stacked here on top of the print as I'm waiting for it to dry. There's the woodlands. The light might be a bit odd because it's later in the day. Okay, hopefully it's dry. Now many people take their jelly plates this way and then peel back that way, but I actually find much more effective to do it this way. I guess I can show how cute it looks with the green on in case it doesn't take. You can sort of see what it's hopefully will look like if I can get the if I've dried it enough. Like I said, normally I would leave it for 24 hours, but what I like to do instead of pulling that off is I take this way, and then I kind of, and this does look like it's taking, you can see how it's coming off clear like that. So if I'm careful, it should hopefully, again, as I said, this would be a much cleaner pull if I gave it the good 24 hours. And it could have some odd coloring on it just because it's somewhat of an experiment, because I left it for so many months, mainly because once I realized I was using a metallic paint pen by mistake. And there you can see we have our sweet little, actually the print came out quite nice. See, it's a little bit thicker on the edges than I like. Normally I'm a bit more careful on the outer edges, but because this was sort of it was left over, and you can see this leaves a ghost print, although I don't often print the ghost print, but you could put this on paper and it would give just sort of a little bit of an image, but I'll mostly clear that off with baby oil. But that's our finished print. So I think it's kind of sweet. And you can see, unfortunately, the metallic. But this will still be a very interesting one-off, so I'll sign it and I'll either archive it, and if I like it enough, maybe I'll scan it and I'll still use it for other things, putting it on things like bags and stickers, those type of things. And who knows, maybe I'll put the original for sale one day, and because it's unique in that sense, it might have more interest to someone. I'm just out here in another little side yard by the studio before I go back into the main house. But it looks like another storm might be blowing in. Again, it's this early September that you can feel a little bit of cool in the air, which I love. I love that. I love autumn is one of my favorites, as well as spring. Well, thank you for joining me for today, and I hope you enjoyed my funny little print. And I want to start sharing more of my artwork and working in my studio and the various processes that I use and such. And our odd little outing to get some coffee and have a little look at some fall decor and such. So until my next video, I hope you are enjoying the season, whatever it may be in your area of the world. And until next video, remember, stay creative. Cheers.